All right, Digimon fans, we finally gotten all three of them now. The first one I ever found was Beelzebub, then we found Omegamon, and now the piece de resistance is Wargreymon. These are Digimon from Anime Heroes action figures. I got mine for $7.99 at Ross, which is I like to call Toys R Us because they have better selection of toys than anywhere else in my tiny little area. I live in a very small area. We have big cities about an hour away both ways. Either you can't really go onto the ocean. I mean, you could, I wouldn't recommend it. So right off the card, he has one, or not the card, but the plastic, he has 3, 4, 5 of those awful things. See if I forgot any of them. He's also got the wings on the back, so getting him off and the wings off, that's just not going to happen. There's no way to get those wings through there, so I have a feeling that they're going to be popping them off and putting them back on. All right, so I got that. Just cleaning up this crap right here. I got a cat coming up to visit me, so you might hear some meowing because they love to get on the they don't want to talk to me, so I'll start talking to you, and they want to start talking to me. So we got to pop the wings back on. Got to remember, this tripod's higher than I'm used to, so I'm sitting here like thinking I'm having to pull it up because of the framing, but not really. All right, that one didn't feel like it popped in. All right, so here we got Wargreymon. Looks pretty good. His wings are a harder plastic, and they feel like they're going to fall off, but they're holding on pretty good. I just didn't feel like that one popped well. There's a ball joint both in the wing area and then also inside of his chest. All right, so on the back we have the sun medallion. In the front we got the face of the Wargreymon. He is on a ball joint, but because of his hair, he's going to have some limitations in his looking left and right. And of course, looking up, he can look up this much. He can look down, he can look up. That's about it. And his shoulders. Now let's see, these pads are actually on his torso part. So when you lift it up, you can get them out of the way. Now he's got a ball joint going into his chest, which if you want to make a figure that if somebody wants to go swimming and put their hands above their head to go diving, that's an excellent joint, because when we lift our hands up to go to dive, you know, it's actually coming from our trapezial muscles in the back. And golly, that bird's wanting to compete with me now. I think he's trying to tell me something. What is he trying to tell me? All right, so we got a bicep swivel. You can't go very high up. Out to the side, you can go this much, thanks to that moving out of the way. Doing it 360 degrees, I seriously don't think it could theoretically. Well, let's see. I guess I just did it. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got double joints at his arm, like his elbow, but because of the bulkiness of his arm and the placement of the ball joint, the joints, you're not going to get really much more than 90 degrees, which is kind of weird. I would imagine you would want to get the little joints up closer so you can go farther. But that's just the design of the person who designed this one. We have his hands are holding onto his claws, which is interesting. I thought his claws were a part of him. So that makes me wonder if I could take them off. Okay, no, you can't. You can't take them off. I thought that maybe his hands were down in there, but his hands are actually permanently attached. It just looks that way. So there is a ball joint in the wrist right there, but and a swivel, of course. And there's a cat meowing, wanting my attention. Oh, he's putting his little paws. Okay. Look, I'll give you attention later. He's got a ball joint in his waist, or his waist. He's got his little butt flaps coming up to the side and his front flap, so he can go to the bathroom. Can you do a split? Well, let's get his arms out of the way and see. He can do about that much split. He does have the pull down joint, so he can kick up higher. Like you pull it down to kick up higher, or to let him sit down better. So he can go 90 degrees at the at the waist. His knees have double joints. Now it seems like they can go 90 degrees just fine. Let's see if I can go farther. No, he's got those wires on this side, and it's really preventing him from going much farther than 90 degrees. I wonder if you can play around with it to get it more. Like if you, well, that would probably make it worse. Like if you bend it as far as you can at the top and then bend it, you're probably gonna get the most you're going to get, which is probably about 120 degrees. But his bulkiness causes him not to. Double joints are not useful for bulky figures, really. All right, for his feet, It's clearly a ball joint, but it seems to be almost like a Rebel Tech joint. Oh God, stop. Now he's scratching at my chair. Must be Tom Tom. Tom Tom's a bit demanding. All right, we have, because his feet, you have to be careful how you put those. So he can go up this much, down this much, because his legs have these armor pieces that's going to keep you from doing anything. Sweetheart, do I have to give you attention this very second? Like, seriously, cats they think that they rule the world and they own me. I mean, I can be doing nothing all day long. The cat won't bother me. As soon as I get on a video, it's like, I've got to get attention this very second. All right, so to make it do ankle rockers, it's a hinge joint in there. So you're going to have to really work with it. Turn it to do the ankle rockers there. So I can get the ankle rockers to work with it like this. And of course like this. But you got to really be careful because it's not a ball joint like I originally thought it was. It's actually, well, technically it is, but it's all depending on which way over this way is thing. It's really, it's one of those little fidgety things in there. It's really kind of difficult to work with. So overall, it's a pretty cool little figure. I kind of would rather have less articulation to give it some more stability because I feel like it's a lot of fidget mess. A lot of pieces that I will feel like it's always feeling like it's going to fall apart on me, but it seems sturdy. I guess it just feels like it's got too much going on, you know? Maybe I'll get to the age where I'm like, I'd rather just have a one piece, like statue almost. But yeah, look, got the wings going back like this. All right, so shoulder pads all the way down. And let's see if it clamps onto the biceps. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, if you had like a little bit less articulation, like I used to have a really small version of Wargreymon, and it was good. It was like 2.5 inches probably. A little bit bigger than a Lego figure, but smaller than Imaginex, I think. Yeah, but Wargreymon is definitely the best of these three in my personal opinion. Which one do you think is your favorite? I mean, they're all great figures. I think Wargreymon is definitely the best of the best. Now, these were originally put out in 2022 by Bandai, and of course, again, you can get yours at Ross for $7.99. Now, you have to look for them. Every time I went, I kept looking for Wargreymon. When I first saw him, that's the only one I could find. Then I saw these two. I was like, oh, eventually I'm going to find Wargreymon. And then one day, boom, thankfully I found it. So you just got to be very committed to the cause of looking for it. Well, I feel like I need to transform this for you, but there's nothing to transform. He's not going to transform into anything else because it feels like a transformer. Let me know, again, in the comments if you know anything about Wargreymon. I just know very little. Have a great day.